What's going on, Genius Nation? Welcome to a brand new day, a day that you've never seen before, a day that you will never see again. Like I tell you, every single day is a gift waiting for you to open it up and take advantage of it. Welcome to the Daily Genius. I am Dr. Will, and as always, super excited that you are here rocking with us inside the nation, whether you're watching this live or watching this on the replay. I appreciate you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscription button, hit the notification button. But we would also like for you to join us inside our nation, our private Facebook group. When I talk about the nation, that's what I'm talking about. Over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming the best version of themselves and creating a life that they love. So if you want to get tips, tools, and strategies in how to do this, please jump over to Facebook after you finish watching this and join us inside the nation. All right, nation, as you know, we've been on this journey of 365 days where we've been coming to you live. We've done over 200 daily geniuses. And I can't believe we're over the halfway point as we get ready to head toward the finish line. So if you've been rocking with us, you know on Saturdays, what we like to do is we like to go back, right? We like to rewind, we like to review, and we like to repair. So we like to go back and look over our week and make sure we hit all of our goals, all of our metrics. But today is a little bit different as we're coming to the end of June. We're coming to an end of a quarter. So what I'm going to be doing today is a quarterly review personally for myself, for my life, and for my businesses. So this is something that I challenge you to get into the practice of doing. I titled this video, Measure Your Results, right? Measure your results. When I was in the Army, we used to always have inspections. And we would have our rooms inspected. We would have our vehicles inspected. We would have our uniforms inspected. And the reason why is because the military, the Army, wanted to keep a certain standard. They wanted to keep a certain standard. So the same is true about life. If you want to keep your standard of living, then you want to make sure, especially you business owners and entrepreneurs, you want to make sure that you do a review. And so today, as I do my quarterly review, I'm going to be looking at our metrics. I'm going to be looking at our goals. What was our target goals? Things that we said we wanted to do. Did we actually do it? Did we actually execute on it? If we did not execute it, why didn't we execute on it? And so this is a great thing to do because we're coming to the end of a quarter, halfway point of the year. I want to make sure that we're going to hit all of our overall yearly goals, but I also want to make sure that we're on track, right? And this is a great opportunity for you to just settle down, ask yourself, okay, in January of this year, I said for this to be an amazing year by December 31st, this needed to happen, this needed to happen, this needed to happen. We needed to reach this metric. We needed to accomplish this. We needed to produce this. So in June, the end of the second quarter is a great time to look at some things and see if you need to make some adjustments, see if you're doing some good things that you can double down on. So when I work with my clients, one of the things that I work with them on is making sure they're optimizing everything that they're doing in their business. Like when someone hires me, companies hire me to come in and help them increase their bottom line. They come in and help me. They bring me in to help them scale their business to the next level. And one of the things that I always do is I always look at what they're already doing. That's where I start. Let's look at what you're already doing. And then from there, I ask the question, how can we maximize what you're already doing? What a lot of people don't realize is that if you would just give attention, or if you would just maximize a few of the things in your business that you're already doing, it could like take your business literally to the next level. So let me give you an example. Let's just say follow up. Follow up is a metric that we measure. So let's look inside your company. Let's look at your follow up. And so when I say follow up, I talk about anybody who said they wanted to work with you. anybody that's shown interest in your product. Maybe they've come to your website, maybe they signed up for your newsletter or whatever. But we just want to look at this one simple metric of follow-up. Let's just look at this as one area of your business. It's just one area of your business, follow-up. So let's just say that, just to make everything, simple terms, let's say one new client is worth $5,000 to you. Let's just say one new client is worth $5,000 to you. So when we're looking at our effectiveness to follow up, what are we following up? We're following up on the potential to close a brand new client for $5,000. So if I'm reviewing our follow-up process and I find out that, man, we have some holes in our system. Let's say somebody emails us on our website, but the link is broke, and so we're not finding out that they emailed us, and so maybe they asked a question about our product, but because we had a break in our link and we didn't see that, we potentially lost $5,000. Now, what if that happened 10 times? If that happened 10 times, that would be $50,000. Now ask yourself, could your business use $50,000? Right? And so you just let $50,000 go out the window, go out the door, because you've never taken the time to make sure, let me check all the links on my website. Let me make sure that the follow-up process, that the CMR is working and the automatic emails are being sent, right? How many times have you checked that? So now is a great time to check it. How many times have you went to a networking event and collected, all these business cards? What's your follow-up like? Do you have a system? Now, are you looking in your office at 50 cards and you're like, man, I don't even remember where I met Susan at. Man, I don't even know where I met Todd. Man, I don't even know where I met Brian. Man, I don't know where I met Will. And so now, once again, because this is what you always have to keep in mind, that every potential contact is worth $5,000. Like, that's how you have to think about it. Like, everybody I meet, everybody I interact with, they have the potential of being one of my clients. And that means they have the potential of paying my company $5,000. So if I'm not serious about that with my follow-up, and this is just, once again, this is just one metric in the company. So we just found out, just through follow-up, I may be missing out on $50,000. That's just one metric, right? Let's look at another one. How is our delivery of services, right? Let's look at our delivery of services. Someone orders something. How long is it taking us to fulfill that? Because is that preventing that person from purchasing from us again, hiring us again? So here's just another metric that we're going to look at and say, you know what? We can tighten up on our delivery. Or I can go and say, our delivery is okay, but could it be faster? Could it be faster? Right? I know there's an adage that says, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But no, what you want to ask yourself is, no, it's not broken, but can we be better? Can we make it better? Can we be more efficient? Can we be more faster? And so now when I start looking at this delivery, how we're delivering product, if we got better just by, watch this now, just by 10%. If we got better by 10%, so instead of our product getting there in 7 days, it got there in 4 days, what would the customer experience be like? What would the customer experience be like? So now, if I could knock that down from 7 to 4 days, make the customer experience better, what is the likelihood that that customer may refer me to someone else? Now, here it is again. How much is a referral worth to you? How much is a referral worth? Once again, $5,000, right? If they refer me to somebody and that person that they referred me to becomes a client, that's $5,000. So potentially a referral is $5,000. So if I can make the customer experience, the client experience better, where they're now apt to refer me, if I get 10 more referrals, what is that? That's $50,000. So just in two metrics, our follow-up and better delivery potentially could be $100,000 that I'm leaving on the table in my company. These are just two metrics. And so when I work with clients, I go in, I have a list of over 75 metrics that most companies overlook and they don't optimize them. And then so what we do is we break it down and we have a 3-year plan quarter over quarter. So let's just think about this. Quarter over quarter, if I looked at 4 metrics inside of my company that we were going to improve, and let's just say every quarter we wanted to get, let's just say $25,000 better. $25,000 better. In 4 quarters, that's $100K. Over 3 years, that's $300K. If I got 4 metrics in each quarter, that's 4, 8, 12, 16. 16 areas of my business I'm better in. And that's only at a 10%, right? And so now that I know this is a practice, now that I know that I can do something, like when I work with companies, I can go inside their company and before just looking at these metrics, and we can just pull out 3 to 4 metrics and it could take their bottom line to the next level. So this is what you want to do in your business and in your life. How does this work in our life? Look at your relationships. Just look in the last 90 days. How many dates did I go on with my spouse? How many interactions did I have with my children? How many special events did I create? How many special moments did I create in my life? Right? So when I look at that, I say, man, I want my relationship with my kids to be better. This next quarter, then I need to create this. At least once a quarter, right? And once a month, I need to make sure that I'm creating something unique for my family. So now, in a whole year's period of time, if I'm doing one thing a month, right, 3 a quarter, that's 12 memories that I could create. If you created 12 memories, what would that relationship be like with your spouse or with your partner or with your kids, right? So just the ability of what we're talking about today, about taking some time to really measure, what we're doing and how we're doing it. And if you just make incremental changes, right? Just incremental changes to whatever you're doing, you're probably sitting on a gold mine. You're probably sitting on a gold mine. Just think about the 2 things we talked about this morning. Follow up. How much money am I losing because I don't effectively follow up? Just if I said, you know what, for the next month, I'm going to get serious and come up with a serious plan for how I follow up. And so you start breaking it down. Whenever I go to a networking event, I get a card. What's my system? Within 24 to 48 hours, they're going to get some communication from me. Maybe it's, you know what, everyone I connect with, what I like to do is boom, take a selfie with them, take a picture with them. So then when I do reach out to them, they know exactly who I am. They know exactly who they're talking to, right? And then once I make that initial contact, then maybe a week, 2 weeks later, hey, just to remind you, this is what I do. What is it that you do? Maybe there's some synergy there. Maybe there's a way that we can partner, collaborate, work together. Never know. Boom, right? I'm following. That's the follow-up system. Maybe the 3rd email says, hey, just, is there anyone in your circle that you know that may need my services and it would make sense to introduce us? Then from there, watch this. Just as I'm going, let's say you create now a referral program, right? Because referrals are so important to you. For every person that refers you and you close that client for $5,000, you're willing to give them $500, right? So how many $500 would you trade for $5,000? So if I said every time you give me $500, I'm going to give you $5,000, how many times would you give me $500? You understand? That's a referral program. So if you just think like that and think out of there, and you can do this with anything. If anybody refers somebody, right, to you, you can have that in place where, boom, you make a referral to me. If I close that deal, you're going to get $500. Do you think people would be motivated and inspired to share your information, share your business if they knew they could potentially get $500? Just by doing that right there, that's a 3rd angle you could take. Once again, if 10 people did that, that's another $50,000. Right? That's another $50,000 that only costs you $5,000 to get. So now we're looking at $150,000 with just 3 ideas. And we've only been on this video for 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, you figured out, man, I'm probably leaving a whole boatload of money on the table. And so this is the power of taking the time out to really examine your business and look at your business. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. Go out there, as I always say, be your amazing, brilliant, genius selves. Go out there and make someone else smile and laugh as you make yourself smile. Go out there and dominate today. Whatever you have going on, enjoy it. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Daily Genius.